Hello students, today we are going to discuss on a plumbing of buildings. It is a part of unit number 6. Okay. Now plumbing, and what is plumbing? So the system of pipes, tanks, fittings and other apparatus required for the water supply, heating and sanitation in a building is called plumbing. Means whatever the water facilities we have to provide it for a building, okay, all these facilities provided by the pumps, and these provision of the pumps is nothing but the plumbing. So plumbing system comprises the entire system of piping, fixtures and their applications. Basically such a type of plumbings are provided for the water supply and for the drainage system. Now the plumbing water supply system comprises, one is the water supply, whatever the potable water that we have to provide for the homemade use. This water will be supplied by the plumbing system. Then distribution of pipe from the main drain. We have to supply the water into various locations of the building. So this is the distribution of the pipes. Then various taps for the distribution of pipe, valves to maintain the flow of water, and finally the storage tank of the water. Now the plumbing drainage system consists of wash basin, means where we have to provide the water. That is water distribution will be divided into water for the washing basins, then water for water closet, urinals, traps, soil waste pipes, vent pipes, and for the septic tanks. Now the water distribution system is there. So basically for a particular structure, a single tank will be provided at the base, which is known as the storage tank. Then these water will be supplied on the top of the building where the storage tank is there, and from this storage tank water will be supplied into various sections or various flats of the particular building. Now while laying out the pipelines, the following considerations should be considered. So some of the preventive measures should be taken. So first is the no cross section between the pipes. If the pipelines are crossed together, so we have to avoid such a cross sections to avoid the contamination of water. Then no backflow from any appliance towards the source of water. From the main drain, water will be supplied. So we have to provide some of the valve system. It is used to avoid the backflow of the water. Then water supply pipes or drainage pipes should not be very close to each other, because if it is there, then whatever the leakages are from drainage lines or the water pipelines, there may be a chances of mixing. Okay, so there we have to take the precautions that both the pipelines are some distant and away from each other. Then underground pipelines should be enclosed in a cement mortar, that is battage, so that its rusting by soil bacteria is prevented. Whatever the material we have to use for the pumping, uh, which is uh, which is a material which is bacteria free material, means whatever the growth of algae, whatever growth of fungus, which will be avoided by the type of material. Then pipe should have a earth cover of at least 60 centimeter. So provision of the pipe at least above the 60 centimeter from the ground level. Then the pipe laid above the ground level, it should be run clean water. If there is any uncleanness or any wastewater is there, so we have to take the precautions. Such a type of water does not mix with the clean water. Then pipe should carry a water under adequate water pressures. Water supply is maintained under the particular velocity. Then layout of the pipe should be simple and direct as far as possible. Water supply will be on direct, because there is a two type. One is the direct water supply and second is the indirect water supply. So from the direct water supply, water will be supplied directly through the main pipe. But when we consider the indirect water supply, in that first water will be entered into the main pipe, and after that they will be entered to the number of laterals, and finally they will be reached their points. Now the second point is important, that is the estimation of water requirement. According to the area, the requirement of water will be different. So some of the water requirement for the residential buildings, some of the industrial buildings, commercial buildings, or we can say the public buildings. So each type of building required different type of water requirement. So when we consider the domestic consumption of the water is about 65 to 300 liter per capita per day, and industrial and commercial demands are required 45 to 450 liter per capita per day. Now, public uses. Now, these public buildings are considered as a educational building, institutional building, assembly buildings are there. Also, it contains fire requirement also. So, these type of buildings require around 20 to 90 liter per capita per day, and losses and wastage. Through the pumping system, it required 45 to 150 liter per capita per day. Now the service pipes, the pipes leading from the distribution mains of the municipal water supply to the plumbing system of house is known as the service pipes. The following materials are commonly used for the service pipe. So these service pipes are made up of copper pipes or brass pipes, then galvanized iron pipes, lead pipes and polythene pipes. So first is the copper tubes will be provided as shown in figure. These copper tubes are non-corrosive with the most waters. It has a considerable strength, reasonable ductility, and it's obtained in a long length. There are two types of copper water service pipes are available. One is the little gauge. For a general purpose works, the pressure does not exceed 0.15 Newton per mm square, and for domestic purposes. Now, and second is the heavy gauge. It is used with the high pressure with industrial layouts. Second is the galvanized iron pipes. So it is extensively used because of low cost in comparison to copper tubes. These are hard water areas, but they corrode more radially in soft and acid waters, so that are not used for a soft water supplies. Next type is the lead pipes. They are highly resistant to corrosion, highly flexible. However, lead has a cumulative poisoning effect. Due to this, it is not preferred. Next type is polythene tubes. These are being increasingly used in externally and internally for cold water pipes services only. Basically, such a type of polythene pipes are used in industrial areas. They have a lot of advantages, like it has a lower in cost, and non-corrosive. It is light in weight, doesn't require threading. It has some insulating values and more resistance to bacterial skin. Now the next type of pumping system is the valve. We have to provide the valve to maintain the velocity of flow. Then for a domestic water supply, there are two types of valves we have to provide. One is the globe valve and second is the gate valve. Now, if we compare these both global valve and gate valve, so the gate valve are used on-off controls, while the globe valves, in addition, also be used for the flow regulations. Now, gate valves offer very little resistance to full flow in fully open positions, and also have some pressure drop across the valves. Now, gate valves of the same size are cheaper than the globe valves. Gate valves, because of their design, very little fluid trapping in the line, but the globe valves have a larger amount due to the direction of flow. Now, gate valves are unidirectional and can be put around in any way. The globe valves are not. So these are the type of globe valve and gate valve. Now, last part from the pumping is the storage tank. Now, when the water will be supplied to the building, the pressure of the water may not sufficient to rise the water from ground floor to the upper floor. So, for that purpose, we have to provide the storage tank to store the water. The storage tank may be situated at the ground level or the roof level, or at both the levels. The storage tank is made up of the material like mild steel plates, reinforced concrete, stone, or a brick masonry. Or nowadays there may be some plastic storage tank is there. So this is the type of storage tank. This is mild steel tank and the concrete tank. Now the storage tank consists of top cover, which is used to cover the water from some insects or whatever the um, dry waste. Now, second is the ball valve with a float. It is provided near the inlet of the tank so as to control the flow. Now, overflow pipe. If the floating assembly is failed, the inflow is not cut off and the water is entering in the tank. It will be overflowed. Then overflow pipes will be used. Inlet pipe or supply pipes admitting water into the tank. Outlet pipes. These pipes are about 2.5 to 5 centimeter above the bottom of the tank for the cutting the supply to house. And last one is the drain pipe for cleaning of the tank. So this is type of ball valve, and this is the natural supply of water where the overflow pipe is given. Now this is the clean out pipe. This water towards the drain pipe is there, means after the cleaning of the tank, water will be drain out through the uh, drain wall. Now gate valve is there, water supply pipe from house pump. So there are 2 to 3 pipes are given. One is the overflow pipe, inlet pipe, outlet pipe. Okay, and number of valves are given, that is gate valve to control the flow of water. So this is the basically the pumping system which is implemented in a building to control the flow of water and to supply the water. Now the water supply and distribution system. Now these systems are basically depend on the two types. One is the direct and second is the indirect system. This water is provided by the city companies using a normal pressure from public water mains. Now the direct supply, in the direct supply, water will be provided by the city water using a normal pressure from public water mains. And indirect supply, in that we have to use the gravity system or air pressure systems. So this is the direct water supply from the main, uh, from the water main we can directly supply the water to the various areas. And in the second thing, that is indirect, in that indirect water supply we have to basically provide the air pressure system which is used to suck the water and supply with some pressure. Okay, so these are the two systems of water distribution. Thank you.